Okay, hi you guys, it's Carolyn again. Welcome to video 2. And so what we're going to cover here is a lot of the things that we do in the second week's workout. And so we're going to be focusing on using a stability ball and dumbbells for these exercises. So we've got 9 exercises in this circuit that we're going to work on. We're going to work on bent over rows with a dumbbell. We're going to work on, We're going to work on plie squats with an overhead press. We're going to do flies on a stability ball. We're going to do static lunges with a torso twist. We're going to do stability ball push-ups. We've got reverse crunches, leg curls, ball passes, and Russian twists. So that's what's coming up in this video. There's the 9 exercises that we're going to work on. Okay, so number 1 on our list here is going to be a dumbbell row. And so when you're using light dumbbells, these are 10 pounds. So when I'm going with light weights, what I'm going to do is just simply hinge at my hips, keep my back nice and flat, and hold these weights so my arms are like hanging like ropes here. I'm just going to lead back with my elbows and squeeze my back, bringing these right up by my sides, and then lowering them straight back down. So I have soft knees and a flat back, abs are tight, and this is just my basic dumbbell row right here. Now, if I was out in the weight room and I wanted to go a little bit heavier, I could set this weight down and just choose one heavier weight, and I could orient myself like so, hand on the knee, and then row back with one arm at a time if I were to choose a heavier weight, okay? So those are your dumbbell rows. Okay, so next up, a plie squat with an overhead press. So this is a combination move. We're working lower and upper body here. So I'm going to take my dumbbells and I'm going to wrap them right here by my shoulders. For a plie squat, my feet are going to be really, really wide. My toes are going to point out about 45 degrees. And when I do my plie squat, my knees are going to track right over my toes. So here's what I don't want to have happen. I don't want this to happen with knees coming in, and I don't want this to happen coming back on the sides of the feet. So my weight's in my heels, just like always, and I come down into my plie squat, and as I come back up, I do my overhead press and push these weights up to the ceiling. So plie squat with an overhead press. And so I bring my palms in to face me as I come down, and then they're going to face you on the way up. So, plie, overhead press. Okay, so next up, we're doing a chest fly on a stability ball. So I ran and got my stability ball. I've got my weights. Again, these are about 10 pounds, so moderate weight. When I'm doing my fly on the stability ball, I'm going to gently roll out so that my head and neck are totally supported on the ball. My hips are up nice and high, and so when I'm all situated here, I'm going to raise the weights up so that they're right over my shoulders, and my palms face inward towards each other. So with soft elbows, I'm going to open my arms up to about shoulder level, and then pull back in. So I'm going to open up, again, soft elbows, my head and neck totally supported, and pull. Chest flies. I can also do a chest press, which just means I'm turning my palms out and the weights come straight down towards my shoulders, and I can do a press. I can alternate a fly and a press. Okay, so next up, we're going to do a lunge with a torso twist. So you can either hold the stability ball, or you can hold a weight, or you can hold a medicine ball, or you can hold your cat, or you can hold whatever. So when you're going to set this up, start with the weight close to your body, and as you take a step forward into your lunge, you're going to think about which leg you're leading with, because that's the side that you're going to twist over. So if I lead with my right leg, I'm coming over to the right-hand side with my torso twist. And then pull it back to center. So if I go And in that's the case, you're just simply alternating the torso twist as you lunge forward. Just remember, you're always going over the bent leg. Okay, so next up on our list are stability ball push-ups. So keeping in mind that this is going to be a great way for you guys to build upper body strength. If doing push-ups on your toes or even on your knees is really hard right now, this is another great way to take pressure off, build up strength, use that full range of motion, or you can really challenge yourself here. So I'm going to give you all the levels. So starting out easy, level 1, you're going to just set this ball close to your body, and you're going to start to gracefully roll out over the ball. Okay, so when the ball is by my hips, this is really easy. Easy because I don't have a lot of body weight on my hands. This is a short lever, it's right by my hips. The further I walk out on the ball, the harder this becomes. So now my push-ups are harder, my lever's longer. All the way out till I get to the ball on my feet. This is going to be the hardest, my longest lever. So there's your leg level 2. If I wanted to make it harder, I'd raise a leg. I can also add a knee tuck with this. So I'll do a knee tuck and a push-up, knee tuck, push-up. So those are your stability ball push-up options. Okay, so next up we're doing reverse crunches on the stability ball. I like to have my feet anchored against a wall for this because otherwise I tend to move all over the place, but you don't have to. So the key is to get the ball centered underneath your hips, not too high up on your chest, because otherwise you're not going to be able to get a full range of motion. So I've got my feet anchored here at the wall. I can have my arms here by my sides. I can have them across my chest, or I can have them up and over my head. Doesn't matter. This is going to be the easiest way with my hands back by my sides, and I'm squeezing all through my back. My neck is nice and neutral. I'm just looking ahead. So arms are right here. Level 2, arms can be up a little bit higher. Level 3, once I bring my arms out here, that's significantly harder because that makes a longer lever, right? So when I come up here, holding, squeezing, and coming back down. So those are your reverse crunches on the stability ball. So next up on our list, we're going to do leg curls with the ball. So this is an exercise for your hamstrings and your calves and your glutes, okay? So starting with the ball and the mat, you're going to lie onto your back, and I'm going to show you level 1 and level 2. So taking it down, my heels are going to be at the very top of the ball, right, to the apex of the ball. My hands are going to be down here by my sides. I can rest my head down. From here, I'm going to lift my hips up towards the ceiling. I'm going to drag that ball in towards my butt. So my feet stay flexed, my hips stay up, and I drag the ball in. So these are my basic leg curls, okay? For those of you who that's really easy, you're going to take it to level 2. One leg goes up. So now we're just doing the curl one leg at a time. Okay? Those are your leg curls on the ball. Okay, so we're moving on to abs. We have ball passes coming up next. So I like to start this one with the ball down here by my feet, and all I'm going to do for a ball pass is pass it between my hands and my feet. So lying down onto the mat, I'm going to grab the ball with my feet, lift it up, give it to my hands, and then take everything to just above the ground. And then pass it back. Again, everything just above the ground. So something to remember on this one is that you're really only going to take your legs down to where your lower back says it's okay. If your lower back starts popping up off the mat, or if it hurts at all, then you're not going to lower your legs as far, okay? So they might just come down a few degrees, not all the way to the ground. That's the modification if this one bothers your back, the ball passes. Okay, so the last one on our list here today is the Russian twist. So I'm going to use a dumbbell, but you could also use a medicine ball or the stability ball or just your hands. So when I'm getting set up for this, I'm going to get set up with a nice straight spine. I'm going to keep my chest nice and high. I'm going to lean back just far enough so that I feel my abdominal muscles engage. So I'm going to hold my weight, and I'm using a dumbbell. Ideally, your feet are going to come up and off the ground. But if that makes your back do this, keep them on the ground. So nice flat back, that's rule number one. Leaning back, abs are engaged, feet come up, and then you're trying to touch your pinky down, side to side. So touching that little finger down, side to side, side to side. That's your Russian twist.